What's going on, everyone? This is Adam Craig with Grandstand Golf. In this show, we're talking our DFS sleepers for the 2020 ZOZO Championship at Sherwood Country Club. We've also released our PGA picks and FASO, so make sure to check that out. We will be doing a full DFS breakdown on Twitch Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, so please come join us there, ask any questions, come hang out with us. We're going to talk about the entire field.
Yeah, we chat about the course and who fits this course well in our other video as well, so if you do want to get into that at all, check out our picks video.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so my sleepers. So as always, we're talking 7,500 and under for DraftKings, just kind of guys we like to sprinkle into our lineups. There's kind of a theme here, but I'm going Brendon Todd with my first picks. DraftKings 7,000, FanDuel 8,500. Brendon Todd, he's not just a two-hit wonder. So he won 2 tournaments back-to-back in the fall of last year, and everyone kind of that's what he's known for. But he also has 5 top 25s in the last 8 tournaments. For the 2019-2020 season, 4th in driving accuracy, 20th in strokes gained putting. He's in that range where there's a lot of popular plays, guys who were top 5, top 10 last week. So I think he could possibly go overlooked, but I have a theme of kind of accuracy and approach and strong putters here that I'm carrying through all my lineups, and I really like Brendon Todd.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, the one thing I think is that with his results, he had started to attract a lot of ownership. So maybe without, having as recent really strong results and being on the top of the leaderboard at the end of a tournament, maybe that's starting to slip a bit, which is I think that's good. Sure. Because even if he's a decent value at 7,000, if everyone's on him, then it doesn't give you a huge amount of leverage.
Yeah, exactly. Next up, I got Kevin Kisner. He's 6,800 on DraftKings, 8,300 on FanDuel. I mean, it just kind of seems crazy to me. He's 33rd in the official world golf ranking, but 44th in DraftKings pricing. He just seems way too cheap. I don't know if the last time we've ever seen Kevin Kisner under 7,000. It just kind of blows my mind. Yeah. For the 2019-2020 season, 33rd in driving accuracy, 15th in strokes gained putting. I mean, we've looked at different courses, what might correlate well here to Sherwood. I mean, as Craig mentioned, we talked about the golf course in our other video, so check that out. But I mean, RSM Classic has been one. RBC has been another one. He has strong kind of finishes in both, a winner and a runner-up, another kind of accuracy type course. So I think he sets up well here.
Yeah, I had him last week as a sleeper, and I was overweight on him, so I was watching him pretty closely. And he had a bad, I want to say, first day, but then he was really good after that. So his price has fallen since then relative to the field, and I think that it looked like if he would have avoided some of those mistakes on the first day, he would have been totally fine through the tournament. So I like this a lot.
Last up, Tyler Duncan, 6,500 on DraftKings, 7,400 on FanDuel. Looking back to Kisner, I mean, there's again the course correlation. So he had his win at the 2020 RSM Classic. I think he has the best form since kind of going into that and coming out of that. I think, again, the fit for Sherwood, he's got accuracy, he's got approach. His putting is hit or miss. I mean, he historically is more of a below average putter, but he was 6th last in strokes gained putting last week. I mean, he was right near the bottom.
That's not
good. It's not good. He still managed to tie for 28th. So if he can even just get that somewhere around average, I think he's a pretty easy sleeper to crack a top 20.
Yeah. Well, and putting it can be so volatile week to week that you'd rather it than the opposite. You'd rather than him being 6th last and tee to green, because that would not bode well.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so jumping into mine, you might see a bit of a theme here if you're paying attention, or if you're a Canadian like we are. But I've gone for Canada, all Canucks here.
What's this all about?
So basically, these guys are just all value to me. Adam Hadwin, he comes in at 6,800 on DraftKings. I don't know if you got to see him soar up the leaderboard, but to me, basically, this is it's a value play. He's 48th on DraftKings. He's 54th most expensive on FanDuel. You look at his full 2019-2020 season, he was 36th in strokes gained total. So to me, it's just this guy's better, I think, than where he's priced. He's got 5 top 5 since the start of 2019. So that's a long time, but it means that when he does play well, he does get up the leaderboard. It's not like he's scraping by with top 30s or something like that. It's that they're high.
Yeah.
And then, I was looking, trying to see what his recent form is, and it's better than it looks like. He hasn't had horrible finishes in the last few weeks, but you look at this past week at CJ, he opened with a 75, and then I think, he was 70 or 69. He was around par or under par the rest of the way, moved up the field. At Shriners, he was in good shape, and then he closed with a 74. So his result is not reflective of how he was for the majority of the tournament. And then last at the U.S. Open, I want to say he finished like somewhere around 50 there, but he was 80 on the last day. So really, he, all of these tournaments, his results would be awesome. He just had one bad day before, and that I think that's why you see a guy that has the ability to top 5 in these kind of fields. He just has to put all 4 of them together, and if he has one bad one, then it's going to be a middling finish.
Yeah, I mean, I really like Hadwin. His profile sets up to kind of what the profile I'm building for these golfers. It's accuracy. It's a strong putter. Yeah. I think him and Mackenzie Hughes are actually quite similar.
I was going to say, so in terms of putting, both Hadwin and Hughes can get really hot, and those type of guys can just go on tears when they do get hot with their putter. But someone who is not usually so hot with their putter, Corey Connors.
Yeah, this is a little different. Yeah,
coming in 6,600 on DraftKings. He's 51st most expensive. He's 47th strokes gained total, so it's about where he should be, but he is so much better than his strokes gained total because his strokes gained total last year was such an ugly display of putting. And you know, I went and looked at it round by round, and he'd have some rounds where he was like over -4, like below -4. So I mean, there was that 4 putt I think at it was either U.S. Open or one of the playoff events, but basically his putting can be so bad in certain rounds, but if it's like for the weeks that it's not, he's so good. Yeah. If you add up strokes gained off the tee and approach, he was 4th last year. Like the other names we're talking about are John Rahm, Rory McIlroy, Xander. Like we're talking about the best golfers, and then it's like, Corey Connors, like that guy's pretty good, I guess. Yeah. And his short game has shown signs of life in the past month, past maybe 2 months. His putting is still volatile, but it's always going to be volatile. But he's actually positive right now for 2020, 2021. So, if that keeps up, it's positive 0.2, but with his ball striking, that's good. It's just his around the green play has been negative, and more negative than it usually is. So, if that tightens up a bit, if his short game just in general can be a touch tighter, his ball striking, which is the more consistent one, is so good that he'll be competitive. Mackenzie Hughes, last one here, 6,500, 54th most expensive guy. His full season 2019-2020, he is 50th in strokes gained total, but that was so dramatically low before the COVID break, and then he was so high afterwards in terms of strokes gained. So since the return, he has in 78%, so almost 80% of his rounds, he's been above average, and some quite so. 5 of 13 tournaments since the restart, he's been top 10. So, we know Mackenzie Hughes can just get stupid hot with his putter, and the scoring reflects that. But the biggest problem potentially with Hughes is that his ownership, because he's had such good results in the past 3 or 4 months, his ownership can sometimes reflect it and be higher. So that would be the one potential reason to stay away, but I like it.
Yeah, the one thing looking at this actually I really like is the value across sites. So if you're playing both FanDuel and DraftKings, you can see Mackenzie Hughes is a huge discount on DraftKings. We hop over to FanDuel, and Hadwin's a great
they're actually flipped
discount player there. That it seems like they confused their Canucks there a little bit, but no, that's great to look at because you can create different lineups in with guys that you necessarily couldn't on different
decide
sites.
Where you can FanDuel. Well, and on that note, like you look at Xander. Xander is the first most expensive on DraftKings. I want to say he's like 5th on FanDuel.
Yeah. Oh, and it looks like I forgot to edit a title here, but we are at the ZOZO Championship. That's my bad. I'll wear that one. But my picks, quickly recapping, I got Brendon Todd 7,000, Kevin Kisner at 6,800, and Tyler Duncan at 6,500.
And I've got Adam Hadwin 6,800, Corey Connors at 6,600, and Mackenzie Hughes at 6,500 for my all Canuck lineup.
I like it. Thank you everybody for watching. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Grandstand Golf. We will be doing our live Twitch show Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. So please follow us there and continue to like and subscribe to our channel. Yeah, I think that Wednesday night Twitch show is awesome for sleepers too, because we talk about there's so many guys down here that I like that it's tough to just choose 3. So we really get to go through it a lot more. But hopefully we'll see you then. Take care. All right, take care everybody.